personal training, and today's just an accountability check. And so I've just been to the gym this morning, and obviously I've weighed myself. And if you saw the last video on the 27th of December, or around about then anyway, I was talking about getting a handle back on my fitness and nutrition, just simply because I got a little bit I got a bit blasé at the end of last year, and obviously as we all do, try to make a fresh start. But I actually did mine straight after Christmas. In my eyes, there's no better time to do it. There's no point waiting until the new year. That's 2 weeks extra. It's all about starting fresh, getting it done. So I'm going to go through my results now and show you what I've achieved basically in the last couple of weeks, and how I've done it as well. Because when we go on diets, we always think it's super restrictive and it's super hard, and I've done none of that. It's been not restrictive at all. I've only changed one thing in my diet. And you're going to be probably surprised by what that is. So I'm going to go through my results. I'll talk a little bit about what they all are. There's been some wins and some losses, in a pursuit of losing weight, but I'm feeling pretty good. So that's the main thing. I'm not too worried about the numbers, but I'm just there to demonstrate to you what I've done. So there you go. I'll swip it over. Okay, so I've been using these Tanita scales at my gym. So I'm going to go through, as you can see, this one here was the 27th of December, and the time's obviously a little bit out. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. So obviously my age, my height, my clothes weight. So this here is basically what I'm wearing. So I use that's pretty standard, but I will alter that if I've had something to eat before the gym, or drink like I did this morning, and that'll reflect on the next one I show you. So my weight was 79.4, fat percentage is 22.4%, fat mass 17 kilograms, 61% fat free, 61 kilograms of fat free muscle mass 58, and then we come down here, metabolic age 43, so I'm about, according to this anyway, 5 years older than my actual age, which is not good. Visceral fat rating, which is the kind of bad fats in your body, which is 8, and that's pretty much it. So let's just flip over to this one. So, okay, age, height. So I put 1 kilogram there, and it is 0.5 there, simply because this morning I had a cup of coffee and a large glass of water, and that came to about 500 grams because I weighed it. I'm a bit weird like that. And just so I knew I'd get a fairly kind of accurate reading, because I'm offsetting what I put in my body, because at the end of the day, body's a vessel, so if you put things in, you can alter your weight. So try and keep it as standard, okay? So then you can see my weight there was 76.5 today, and it was 79.4. So as you can see, 9th of Jan, 27th of December, a couple of weeks, all right? Fat percentage is 21.6. Compare that one is 22.4, so I've lost, about 1% body fat. Fat mass was 17.8, it's now 16.5. And then, so the one I kind of lost was a muscle mass. So I was 58.5 kilograms of muscle apparently, and then I'm 57 kilograms of muscle now. So I'm not overly happy with that result, which suggests that I've lost weight, but a little bit's come from muscle. But at the moment, I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't lost any strength in the gym for any of my exercises. So I'm pretty much happy with that right now. So as you come down, what we're looking at. So muscle mass, metabolic age 40. So I've come down 3 years off my metabolic age, so I'm a little bit closer to how old I actually am now, which is pretty good. And my visceral fat rating has gone down by 1 point. So that's really good. So as far as I'm concerned, they're pretty good pretty good markers for me, and I'm quite happy with that for now. So what that means is I'm just going to carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to change anything else. And when I'm talking about what I changed in my diet, okay, so my diet is fairly consistent. Yours is consistent too, okay? However way you think about it, your diet is pretty much the same. You eat the same kind of things, you do the same kind of things. So, and that's a good thing, because it doesn't take a lot to change. So all I've done to make a difference is I've cut out about 200 calories per day from my normal diet, right? So you might think that sounds a lot, but it's actually not. And I tell you where these 200 calories come from, it's putting milk in my protein shake. So I use full fat milk all the time. I have my protein shake after a workout, and I put my milk in, which maybe I think it's about 300 grams of milk or milliliters of milk. It's about 150 to 200 calories. I've just cut that out and started using water. That is the only thing I've changed from my diet, and I've done that consistently every single day for the last 3 weeks. And what's happened? I've lost like 3.5 kilos, or 3 kilos I've lost just by changing one thing in my diet. Now, you might think, oh yeah, it's easy for you because you go to the gym. Well, yeah, I do train regularly anyway, but you do the same things regularly. So if you just cut out 200 calories per day from your diet, you will going to lose a little bit of weight, okay? What's also changed as well is that my workouts have actually reduced in time. So if you've been watching my little videos, I've G'd up my workouts, and what's happened is I've actually working out for less time in the gym. So instead of just coming in for an hour, or 45 minutes going through the movements, I've actually been going to failure and a little bit beyond failure. So if you watched my video yesterday about lifting, I've been actually pushing myself a little bit harder. So when I push myself a little bit harder, it means I don't actually have to spend as long minutes in the gym. So 2 things have changed. I've come to the gym a little bit less, pushed myself a little bit harder, and I cut out 200 calories from my diet. It is really, really that simple, guys, right? So moving forward now, I'm going to keep on doing these about every 10 days, these accountability check-ins, because simply it's just a nice amount of time, so I can talk to you about what I've been doing for the last 10 days. I can tell you, struggles and stuff, and anything that's cropped up and obstacles and everything else. But so far, this last couple of weeks, yeah, I've been busy. I've had the in-laws over, we've been doing lots of other things, but it still hasn't changed the fact that all I need to do is cut out 200 calories from my diet. Regardless where we're going, regardless what I'm doing, it's simply 200 calories, nothing. And if you're not quite sure what 200 calories look like, just Google what does 200 calories look like in food, and you'd be surprised how little it is. And honestly, you can get the same results, okay? So don't stress about, you got to go on a diet for the new year. You don't have to go on a diet. You just need to slightly tweak what you're already doing. Really, really key. Think about that for a second. Tweak what you're already doing. And simple as 200 calories, okay? That's it for me, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get a bit of a wiggle on. And like I said, start fresh, guys, because if you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.